Hello again, and welcome back to our daily trade recap. I woke up at 1:15 this morning. Market doesn't open until 2 local time. My cat would not stop running on her wheel and then slamming my bedroom door. Oh, she would like push it shut and it would like bounce. And then she'd reopen it, claw it open, and slam it shut again. So I was up quite early this morning, and well, that worked out in our favor because in our last video we mentioned how we missed a lot of the things. They were running so early in the morning, I was still asleep, and then I didn't want to chase, right? So everything worked out in our favor. We also left off in last video with CHEK capital, or CHEK cap, sorry, and we had some runners leaving that overnight, getting a 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, just off that news pop, right? And they've got a merger, which typically we're not a fan of, but you follow the volume, right? And this morning it does retrace, fails that VWAP reclaim, but does get it eventually, and we get the remainder 4-to-1 and 5-to-1 of our runners sold, and it actually went as high as 188% from our original ads just last video last night, which you basically could have got really close to, which is nice. And now this is something that I like, right? Where it runs, I'm in on it early, I'm scaling out, and it goes even further, right? So just fantastic play here, really liking that. Again, 188 from our entry to the top, which is awesome. And IHT was up next. There's not really much to talk about there for the entry. That's kind of in last video. And just that news pop, right? So IHT. Oh, I'm definitely moving my markers. Okay, so this was again very early in the morning. What time was this? 2:06 a.m. The market had just opened for 6 minutes. I see this on the volume scanner, right? And then we have it break down, and then on that reclaim, we take our entry with a stop below VWAP at the time was there. It's kind of weird because it all happens so fast, and throughout the minute, VWAP is trending upwards, right? But when we entered, our stop was below VWAP, and at the time it was down here. So we get our 1-to-1, and then it was so fast that we actually scale out into a 3-to-1, and then we take our 4 and our 5, right? So really nice, quick early trade, and we were out of this by 220, 218 on our last sell of the runner, which was awesome. What a fantastic way to start the day, aside from being woken up. And I think Miss Maya, my cat here, she knew. She's like, well, time to get my dad up, get him to work so he can buy some more cat food. And this had revenue news for their 10Q or whatever, right? So the first half fiscal year, revenue exceeding 4 million. They're going to continue diversification, which is great, I guess. I don't know. They gave it all back, so it couldn't have been that good, but it did happen, right? So just in the morning, checking out the scanner, what's moving, and then trying to trade the structure based on that. HSDT had no news, but it ran and ran and ran. Really early play again here as well. This was at 2:11. So basically, as that other play started to die, IHT, this play started to run. And this is a phenomenon we get a lot in pre-market called volume rotation. So no news here, but we see it's gap up, breakdown VWAP, reclaim. I'm here early, but our stop loss is below that pullback, right? Just like it always is, the same entry model, whether it has news or not, just following the volume. We like the news because a catalyst is what drives future volume. It's what keeps volume from falling off, when the plug gets pulled because it's a social media pump or something, right? it just gives it a higher chance of continuation. But sometimes you don't necessarily need it. The structure remains the same. So taking entry at our VWAP reclaim, which is this red candle right here, right? This is the one we like, and I was a little late to it because we're waiting for it to close because we want a candle to open and close above VWAP for our entry. And then our stop is, below the pullback low. We get our 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, and 5-to-1, which is great. And it went as high as 269% almost, which is really nice from our entries this morning. And, what an absolute face melter. That's crazy. But you got early bird gets the worm. We were up so early, 2 a.m, getting up. That's insane, right? But it does pay off, and just fantastic trades for us today and this morning. And after this, I'm done, right? We actually did all these trades live on our Twitch stream as well, on Hello Good Game. But I'm so tired. I'm usually just watching a movie and doing this in the background. You really just have to, if you were to take those callouts, use the visual cues. And I'm not always online. It's very hit and miss. Doing my best, though, when I am. Always charting what you see here in real time. As a play comes up, I type it in with the news, and then we're watching it, charting it, putting our entry models in. Of course, you trade on a secure computer, a different machine, but the visual indicators still represent my real trades here, right? So that was the day, and then we're just kind of watching everything else unfold. It's a Monday, so we just kind of want to get a feel for the market. Where's the theme going? And let's just go through the rest. GPUS as a Bitcoin treasury, and we hate that because, well, how do you start a Bitcoin treasury? By buying crypto. And how do you buy crypto? With a company that doesn't make any money? Well, you sell an infinite amount of shares that are already worth nothing to dilute yourself even further at the hopes of becoming profitable somehow through a crypto pipe dream. And here we go. The headlines love it. People, they're like, oh my God, crypto's so cool. It does reject the gap on the 1 day, which you could have played it up to. Really good sales here, anyone who did. And then it just dies. It gets absolutely melted because the dilution. You got to sell shares. You got to be raising capital somehow, and it's not typically going to be good. Maybe, though, crypto goes up tenfold and then this company's winning, but as far as anyone catching the knife here, ouch. So we don't like them unless there's no dilution involved. Sometimes companies aren't doing dilutive moves to raise capital for that crypto treasury, right? Sometimes they're profitable and have just cash reserves that they can allocate. Specifically, the type of crypto, whether it's a stable coin or not, is a big deal for me as well. ATCH did not have news. Was just an absolute terror, though, right? Kind of all morning trending. Even last night, there's some action here. And then just away we go into open. Then it dies and did kind of reclaim and held. So we'll keep this on the watch, but there's no news. So maybe this is front loading and they get news in the following days. We can wait and see. Collaboration news with treatment of immune mediated diseases. So maybe not as good as an autoimmune, right? But sounds like it's in the same wheelhouse. And, cancer, Alzheimer's, autoimmune diseases are typically really, really good for market cap, low float price discovery. Diseases that haven't been cured yet are worth a lot when they will be cured. So if a smaller company comes out and they're like, hey, we're working on it, we've got some promising data, that company is going to see an influx of capital because of, if anyone is to cure cancer, they'll be the first. If anyone cures Alzheimer's, they'll be the first. You know how much money that will be worth if you can just eliminate autoimmune diseases? Holy Toledo's, that company would be intense. Whether it comes from a low float or not, even this is not so small market cap, it's pretty big. Sometimes you get news that is, in that wheelhouse on, a 10, $15 million company. And it goes crazy, it goes to 100 million, which is multitudes higher. So you get really, really good price discovery. Even this 400 million, it's good, right? Like that's a massive inflow of capital into this company because of that news. So just news that we like to watch and kind of see how it unfolds always. GNS, more fluff news, I guess. The buyback I like, but they are also doing the crypto treasury. So we're curious about it. We're watching it. It's got also that Kevin Malone guy on the board somehow. Maybe I can get on the board of one of these companies one day. And which is strange because I think there's some from Singapore and he's from, I think, Alberta, Canada, which is where I'm from. So it's unique. So eyes on watching it, and it doesn't look good so far. But lots of times share buybacks, like they're announced and they don't take place until the future. And you'd also, a million shares at $1 is 1/3 of its cap. So it seems substantial, but we'll see how it unfolds in the coming days, right? So I was just like, if we're not in a play, just watching, right? And then you can learn and maybe find a setup, because we do need entry models. It's not all just news slaps. EVTV. Well, it melted up yesterday. Oh, this looks gross though. So, unveils America's first 1,500-pound lift drone with agricultural spray and fire protection capabilities, which actually sounds pretty good. It looks like someone front-loaded the hell out of this, and then news pop. And because it was front-loaded, it's a lot of cells, and the order book buy side can't overcome the sell side because the sell side's been preloaded. So it's just an easy outweigh of it, and then it just isn't going to come around. So sometimes when you see this, it's not good. You know that there's something suspicious coming your way. So someone's front running this, and then here's the news pop. But because it was front run, it can't hold support because the sell side is so aggressive that it just melts through any buy wall that exists, right? Moving on. NAOV. It was a big day. We had a lot going on. Successful day. So, and I'm also back drinking coffee again. We're on the espressos, which is great. Coming into fall here. This was the U.S. grant for a patent, which is not great, but sometimes you just have to let the market decide. Reversal into like after open with a key level breakout, right? Trend retest and go. Nothing crazy, but could have made a small trade here. Off that 200 is really nice as a non-confirmation ad too. The news I don't like, so I obviously didn't play it. Patent news, maybe it becomes a theme though, right? And that's a big part as to why we pay attention on Monday a lot, to establish a theme, because it is quite common that the market does decide on a theme, and then it makes the rest of the week's plays easier to pick out, right? Realize up next. Penny stocks I hate. I'm not playing this just because of that. What did this go from? 80 cents to $2. That is impressive. Strategic expansion into cryptocurrency and its blockchain-enabled insurance-linked assets. Yeah, cool keywords, dude. Matter of the fact is they don't have enough money to buy crypto. So what will they have to do in order to facilitate that purchase? Dilute the stock. And that is not great. The headline might be cool, and everybody who is selling into the headline might be very happy. But anyone buying that headline based on crypto hype gets absolutely melted, and that's not cool. Onvo up next, announcing a cash dividend, which is 75 cents. Seems like a lot, considering the shares are only trading at $1.30. Interesting. I might actually look into this. From $1 up to $2, settled down. We'll add this to the watch list. Some things like the dividends and the buybacks don't necessarily move like weak cancer news would, but it kind of it sits there for a day or two, marinates, and then goes. And then MTVA, I couldn't find the news for this. I'm sure there must have been news to support this move, but a penny stock, 69 cents up to $1.70. Not a fan, right? Specifically when there's no news, there's no catalyst that I know to support this. Maybe in a day or something comes out and it's like, oh, okay, that's why. But as of right now, I don't really know what's going on here. But it had a really nice move, so we kind of track it, and we'll see how that unfolds in the coming days. The S&P 500 hit all-time highs again today, because why not? We have the interest rate decision the day after tomorrow, and it looks like we're coming in with an ease of 25 to 50 points, but maybe we get an extra 25 on that to 75. We'll see. How's the market going to react to that? Are we just testing all-time highs into the decision and then we reverse down and then we go? Or do we really reverse down? Let me know your opinions on that in the comments below. I'm a young guy. I've not been around for so many of these interest rate pivots. This is a change in structure there. And the market seems to be quite forward-looking and has been very bullish. Are we going to continue on that path, or is it just getting all of the juice out of the lemon before the hedge is flipped back down for an extended period of time? Hit me up in the comments with your opinion there, and we'll see how it unfolds. Of course, we have the GameStop video for you coming out as well every day to track our new warrants, how that's all unfolding. Very exciting stuff, as well as new Magic the Gathering Arena content on an additional channel, Hello Good Game. Give that a follow and maybe come play a little bit of Magic the Gathering Arena. Love to have you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon in the next.